On the evening of February 8th, a warehouse belonging to Venezuela's national telephone company and its affiliate Movilnet was set on fire in the state of Carabobo. According to the Venezuelan government, all of the equipment there was destroyed. The government denounced the attack as an act of sabotage and terror. For those not following Venezuela closely, this may seem a strange occurrence, but in fact, ongoing violence and attacks by the US-backed opposition are quite common in Venezuela, although you rarely hear about them in the mainstream press. This was the scene last year, on a random weekend in Caracas at the local headquarters of the United Socialist Party of Venezuela, in the working-class neighborhood of San Agustin.
At about 3 a.m., we smelled some very thick smoke, and some neighbors realized that they were burning tires. So we ran downstairs with fire extinguishers, and we were able to put out the fire. But 21 families live here, and we have little children and grandparents, so it was very scary to be in this situation.
They tried to burn down this headquarters, which is the home of all the spaces of representation of the community and where people live upstairs. The idea was to burn down this headquarters with the people inside.
Those responsible were not caught, but they left threatening flyers demanding Maduro's removal. This was far from the first time. Venezuela's opposition has a long history of burning government buildings, community health clinics, and the local headquarters of its social missions. Such incidents happen continuously, but flared up particularly during the opposition's months-long street blockades known as the Guarimbas in 2014 and 2017. On the day of the failed April 30th coup last year by opposition leader Juan Guaidó, members of the opposition raided this neighborhood center in the working-class Caracas barrio of Caricuao, where numerous social offices and community programs are held. The forces behind these violent actions are the same, linked to Juan Guaidó, who was recently heralded by both U.S. President Donald Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as a Democrat and a freedom fighter. Acts of opposition violence are rarely covered in the press. What is covered, often ad nauseum, are the pro-government collectives from 23 de Enero, a working-class neighborhood and longtime bastion of support for the Bolivarian process. The opposition and most mainstream outlets say these collectives are armed and dangerous, shock troops at the service of the government. Jose Lugo from the Alexis Vive collective says they have it all wrong.
If it's all right, let me take you to our weapons facility. Come with me, please. I'm going to show you the weapons park of the collectives. Here we have the area where we cut the pieces of the collective. We are making shirts for our country's girls and boys. Over here we have an AK-47. Oh, sorry, this is a 757K, which is a machine that is called overlock. Over here we have another weapon. It's a 757K. This fires almost 500 projectiles per second. Can you shoot it, Margarita? She's firing.
This sewing collective is just one piece of El Panal commune, which was founded by the Alexis Vive collective over a decade ago.
Here we have a youth concentration camp. Be careful here, because the youth here are all in prison and chained in this concentration camp. Look how we make them play basketball and listen to music. This is part of the social and economic development. This is a court we built with our own resources, thanks to the effort of Alexis Viva. This collective of assassins made this court here.
There's also a communal bank, a community radio.
Wherever we go, we are spreading the word. We have a local research center and a radio through which we share information. And this information isn't for the libraries and the intellectuals. It's knowledge for the people.
We are Alexis Viva, and we are the commune. We are the same people from the community. There is no separation. There is no difference. You can't see us as separate from 23 de enero. There is no difference.
Down the hill, the collective known as the Corredor Simón Bolívar took over this former police headquarters and interrogation center and converted it into a neighborhood center.
This is the Francisco Miranda Community School of Modern Languages. Here is the info center with more than 30 computers, a community bookstore, the local civil registry office, a community radio. Over there, you have an elderly club and a neighborhood veterinarian. This is the center of grassroots organization in the sector of La Cañada in the region of 23 de Enero. And I would dare to say that it has an important impact on all of 23 de Enero.
These neighborhood groups continue with their ongoing community work and services, but they're still demonized in the press. Meanwhile, the violence sown by Juan Guaido's opposition is ignored and overlooked. Michael Fox for The Real News, Caracas, Venezuela.
Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. But do us one more solemn favor. Hit the subscribe button below. You know you want to. Stay up on the videos.